Welcome to your free school of learning, Next Generation. Today, we're diving into something that doesn't just define the future, it rewrites it. This is the BMW i8M, the 2026 prototype reveal. And what you're about to see will leave you breathless. Because this isn't just a car, it's a statement. A message from BMW to the world that the legend has evolved. Back in the day, when the original i8 rolled out, it was a revolution, a hybrid that dared to look decades ahead. But BMW didn't stop there. They went back to the drawing board, tore every old blueprint apart, and created something that blurs the line between dream and reality. Picture this, a body sculpted by air itself, where every curve isn't just design, it's function. A car that breathes, reacts, and moves like it's alive. The 2026 i8M isn't about tomorrow, it's about right now. The video you're about to watch isn't just about metal, speed, and specs. It's about a vision. A vision where emotion meets precision and power meets purity. Because when BMW says M, it doesn't mean more horsepower, it means more soul. As the stage lights dim and the covers slowly lift, the crowd goes silent. The reveal begins. Neon lights reflect off a body so fluid, so perfect, it looks like it was poured from liquid glass. The first thing you notice? The laser blue M streak running through the center, glowing like a heartbeat. The headlights ignite with a futuristic pulse, their laser edges cutting through the air like the eyes of a machine built to dominate the night. And then, the sound? Not the roar of an engine, but a tone, deep, electric, and commanding. Like the hum of power trapped inside steel. The BMW i8M breathes to life. Now imagine standing there, cameras flashing, people gasping as the car takes its first roll forward. Every inch of this masterpiece screams precision. From the razor-sharp front splitter to the aerodynamic tail that seems to hover in mid-air. It's not a car, it's a sculpture of motion. The new i8M is built on BMW's Vision M Next philosophy. But this prototype? It's beyond that. It's powered by a twin electric motor setup paired with a next-generation inline-six hybrid engine, a fusion of raw power and instant electric torque. Together, they produce over 720 horsepower. Yes, you've heard that right. This thing isn't just fast. It's ballistic. But power alone isn't what defines a BMW M car. It's the balance. The way it dances with the road instead of just crushing it. The engineers at Munich have tuned this car to perfection. A center of gravity so low it feels glued to the track, yet agile enough to slice through corners with surgical precision. Now, let's talk design. Because BMW didn't just evolve the i8, they reimagined it from the ground up. The doors still open upward, but now they're wing-split scissor doors with carbon fiber edges glowing softly in electric blue light. The hood carries deep sculpted vents, channeling air perfectly toward the rear diffusers. The headlights. Sleek laser strips with nanocrystal LEDs, technology pulled straight from BMW's lab of the future. Every line tells a story. Every surface whispers performance. You look at it and can almost feel the wind slicing over its curves. The car's stance low, wide, and predatory says only one thing: I'm built to conquer. But here's the real magic. The BMW i8M isn't trying to be loud. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. Because true power never shouts. It glows as the car rotates under the spotlight. The audience gets their first look at the M Hybrid badge, glowing red and white, a symbol of evolution. It's not electric versus combustion anymore. It's synergy. The best of both worlds, united under the M. Legacy inside, it's no less futuristic. Though we'll explore the cabin later in the video, even from outside, you can sense the intelligence within. The glass roof fades from clear to opaque with a touch. The silhouette of the digital cockpit glows faintly, revealing a minimalist design, sharp angles, glowing strips, and a driver's seat that looks more like a cockpit in a fighter jet than a regular car. BMW calls it Human X Machine, an interface so responsive it feels alive. Sensors detect your heartbeat. The seat adjusts automatically based on your posture. Even the ambient lighting changes with your mood. And that's the point. This isn't a car anymore. It's an experience. Now, let's talk about the reveal atmosphere itself. Imagine the hall dark, pitch black, until a single line of blue light races across the floor. The music drops. Smoke fills the stage. And from that haze, the BMW i8M emerges, glowing like a vision from the future. Cameras explode in flashes. Reporters whisper in disbelief. This is the rebirth of a legend. People thought the i8 had retired. BMW just smiled and said, "You haven't seen anything yet?" They weren't joking. The prototype revealed today doesn't just hint at what's next. It confirms that the future of M performance isn't about gasoline or silence. It's about harmony, power and precision dancing together in sync. If the old i8 was about innovation, the new i8M is about domination. And this, my friends, is only the beginning. As the lights fade and the music slows, the camera drifts toward the open door of the i8M. For a moment, it feels like entering another dimension. You don't just sit in this car, you sync with it. The cabin is where the future begins. Everything around you seems to move, breathe, and glow in rhythm with your heartbeat. This isn't an interior built with leather and buttons. It's designed with intention, with emotion. When you slide into the seat, it feels like stepping into a digital cocoon. The seats wrap around your shoulders like precision-sculpted armor. Each fiber of the carbon shell tuned to absorb vibration, yet keep you locked into performance mode. The texture, a fusion of recycled microfiber and a new BMW material called Biocarbon FX, developed from plant-based polymers. It's lighter than aluminum, but 3 times stronger. Even sustainability here feels luxurious. As you glance forward, the dashboard wakes up. No buttons, no clutter, just light. A holographic display fades into existence, projecting your speed, navigation, and battery stats into the air like a sci-fi dream. It's called BMW HoloVision 2.0, and it doesn't just show information, it adapts to your focus. Look left, and it shifts your navigation view to that side. Look right, and it brings up performance data. Every glance becomes a command, and right in the center, floating mid-air, the new M Command orb spins softly. It's a glowing sphere of light that responds to your hand gestures. Want to change drive mode? Just twist your palm. Want to lower the ride height? Swipe down. It's like conducting an orchestra, but your orchestra is 700 horses and pure electricity. The soundtrack of the i8M is just as intelligent. There's no fake noise here. Instead, BMW worked with Hans Zimmer again to craft what they call the pulse of power. The car listens to your throttle input and weaves a dynamic soundscape that shifts with every acceleration. It's not loud. It's alive, a hum that starts deep in your chest and rises like a symphony of volts. Now imagine this. You tap the start symbol, not a button. Just a glowing emblem on the steering wheel. The car awakens silently. Ambient lights flow across the cabin, blue for comfort, red for sport, silver for stealth. And the steering wheel itself. Oh man, it's a masterpiece. Hexagonal, trimmed in Alcantara, embedded with haptic sensors that feel your grip pressure. If you're nervous or distracted, it knows. It gently vibrates to bring you back into focus. Then there's BMW Sentience AI, the car's core brain. This isn't a voice assistant. It's a co-pilot that learns you. It remembers how you drive when you brake, what music you like at 140 miles per hour, even your mood from facial expressions. If it senses you're stressed, it lowers ambient light and switches drive mode to comfort automatically. If it detects excitement, heart rates spike. Sharper breathing, it activates in boost, delivering a burst of electric torque for an instant adrenaline hit. You talk to it naturally. No "Hey BMW" command needed. You just say, "Let's go for a night run," and the lights turn deep blue. Route maps shimmer across the windshield. And a low bass note hums through the cabin as the i8M rolls forward into the night. Outside, city lights reflect off the glossy titanium panels, each reflection bending across the fluid shape of the car. Inside, everything feels weightless. It's like piloting a spaceship designed to touch the Earth only out of respect. Now, let's talk performance, because the prototype reveal didn't end with beauty. It ended with numbers that broke the crowd. Underneath that sculpted body lies a dual motor. A WD system paired with BMW's latest M-Hybrid Drive V6. Combined output, 723 horsepower, 850 Newton-meters of torque, and a 0-60 time under 2.6 seconds. Yes, a BMW that hits supercar territory silently, effortlessly. Top speed. Electronically capped at 205 miles per hour. But the engineers say the prototype touched 217 miles per hour in private testing. The chassis is built on CLAR2 carbon platform, 30% lighter than the previous i8 frame. Battery weight, compensated by adaptive aerodynamics. At 120 miles per hour, the body lowers by 30 millimeters. Vents seal automatically, and side blades shift to reduce drag by 12%. It's living, breathing aerodynamics, and while most supercars sacrifice comfort for performance, BMW refused to choose. They introduced something new: dynamic emotion control. It measures brainwave-like signals through the steering sensors and tailors suspension feedback in real time. Push hard, and it tightens. Relax, and it breathes again. You feel the road, not the bumps. You sense the speed, not the struggle. It's balanced pure BMW philosophy reborn for a new generation. Let's not forget the tech that powers it all. The solid-state battery beneath your seat holds a 120 kilowatt-hours capacity, delivering nearly 640 kilometers of range in hybrid mode. Plug-in fast charging, 10 to 80% in 12 minutes. But here's the magic. The car can wirelessly charge just by parking over a magnetic pad. Yes, no cables, no waiting, just energy flowing like air. BMW calls it living energy. A system where your garage becomes part of your car. And because this is the M division, safety and control are art forms. Active drift control, torque vectoring, eye-assisted stability. The car knows when you're pushing too hard and subtly corrects. Not to interfere, just to keep you perfect. Every second in the i8M feels like a conversation between man and machine. It doesn't dominate you. It elevates you. When you take a corner at 120 miles per hour, it feels as if time slows down. The heads-up data dances before your eyes. Tire grip percentages flicker across the dash. And you feel every molecule of control. But maybe the most breathtaking part of this entire experience is silence. Not emptiness, but precision silence. The kind where the world disappears and all that exists is you, the road, and the hum of perfection beneath your feet. This is not a car that wants to prove something. It already knows what it is, the next evolution of BMW's soul. And as journalists left the reveal stage that night, many whispered the same thing, that BMW had just shown the world not what cars will be, but what they should be. From design to intelligence, from power to presence, the i8M isn't chasing the future. It is the future. The night fades into a calm silence. The crowd begins to leave. Flashes still dancing across the stage as the last few reporters try to capture one more angle of perfection. But even as the lights dim, the i8M still glows, standing there like a sleeping dragon, ready to breathe electricity into the world. They say every era of automotive history has one car that defines it, a car that stands for something bigger than speed, bigger than status. For this generation, that car is standing right here. The BMW i8M isn't just the next step for BMW. It's the moment when the line between technology and emotion disappears. You look at it one last time, that piercing laser headlight signature. Those sculpted fenders catching the stage lights like liquid fire. And that subtle M badge pulsing with red light on the rear. It doesn't scream for attention. It commands it. Every inch of it says one thing: I am the future. And I'm already here. When BMW engineers were asked what inspired them, their answer was simple: emotion, not evolution. They didn't want to make a car that just goes faster. They wanted to make a car that feels alive. And that's what the i8M has achieved. Every line, every flicker of light, every sound from its powertrain carries a sense of intelligence, as if the car itself understands your passion. Imagine yourself driving it on an empty stretch of California highway at midnight. The stars are bright, the city lights fading behind you. You tap the accelerator and the silence around you breaks, not with noise, but with power. The world blurs, and the hum of the electric motors becomes your heartbeat. There's no fear, no hesitation. Just motion, pure and unfiltered. The BMW i8M is not just a car you drive. It's a car you feel. It listens to you, it learns from you, and in time, it becomes a reflection of you. Your style, your rhythm, your silence and your storms. Inside the cabin, the world outside disappears. Every screen curves gently towards you. Every light fades in harmony with your breathing. The steering feels like an extension of your thoughts. You don't need to command the car anymore. You and it move as one. BMW's engineers called this connection the sixth sense. They built sensors that detect micro-movements in your hands, subtle temperature changes in your skin, even the way you blink. They said driving should never be about control, should be about connection. The i8M doesn't want to dominate the road. It wants to dance with it. Every corner becomes a conversation. Every acceleration, a heartbeat. Every mile, a memory, and here's where things go beyond imagination. The i8M doesn't stop when you park it. Through its sentience AI system, it continues to learn from the world around it. It collects environmental data, analyzes driving conditions, and even updates its aerodynamic profile overnight. When you wake up the next morning, it's already improved itself. It's smarter, sharper, faster. You could say it's the first car that dreams, and BMW wants to take it even further. The company confirmed that by 2028, the i8M platform will evolve into a fully self-optimizing ecosystem where every car connects to a global AI cloud. Every owner contributes data, and the system refines itself continuously. Imagine millions of BMWs learning together, each one teaching the next how to be better. That's not competition. That's evolution, shared evolution. Now let's talk about something no one noticed on reveal day. When the i8M was unveiled, there was a subtle message projected behind it in almost invisible letters. It read, "We are not building cars. We are building companions." And that single sentence sums it up perfectly. The i8M isn't about horsepower. It's about the feeling of having something that understands your journey. It's not about luxury. It's about loyalty. Not about control, about connection. In a world where everything is designed to rush, the i8M teaches you to feel again. It slows the chaos of life into something beautiful, something meaningful. When you hit that empty stretch of road and the world goes quiet, you'll realize something powerful, that perfection doesn't have to shout. Sometimes it just whispers, and in that whisper, You hear BMW's legacy, because this isn't just a continuation of the i8 story. It's the rebirth of BMW's original dream, the ultimate driving machine. Only now. That machine can think, adapt, and feel. People will look back at 2026 and remember this moment as the turning point. The day driving evolved from a mechanical act to a digital emotion. The i8M marks the end of the old world, the end of gasoline roars and unthinking horsepower, and the beginning of something more intelligent, more connected, more human. And here's the twist. This prototype isn't even the final version. BMW insiders revealed that the final production i8M, scheduled for 2026 Q4, will feature quantum-enhanced sensors for real-time road prediction, allowing it to map grip levels before the tires even touch the surface. Yes, before the car even moves, it already knows the road. That's not science fiction anymore. That's BMW reality. As you pull back into the city, skyscrapers reflecting across the flawless titanium skin of the i8M, you feel something strange, a sense of calm. Not the adrenaline of speed, but the peace of knowing you've touched something extraordinary. Something that shows what human imagination can truly achieve when it refuses to settle. The BMW i8M isn't here to compete with Tesla or Ferrari or Porsche. It's here to redefine what we call a car. A car that learns. A car that listens. A car that evolves with you, because this is more than a prototype. This is a promise. A promise that the future will still have passion. That the machines we create will still make us feel alive. And maybe one day, when someone 50 years from now sits behind the wheel of an electric machine that drives itself, they'll whisper the same thing BMW fans are whispering today, that it all began here, with a car that dared to dream. So, if you ever get to see one of these prototypes in person, don't just look at it, stand there in silence for a moment. Feel the hum in the air. Watch the light pulse across its body. Listen closely. That's the sound of evolution. The sound of BMW. The sound of tomorrow, today.